Okay, I need to know. When did you know
Know what?
that Feyre and Reese were mates? When did you figure it out?
Oh, I think for me, it was when she went and comforted him when he was having the night terror. I think
Mhm.
that's when I kind of saw that connection. But I think for most people, it was Starfall.
And that scene kind of shifts everything to really show you that they're kind of like the dream couple.
Right, right. When, you hear that toast to the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered, it kind of starts to solidify everything, I think, in terms of that mystery.
Absolutely. And his damn lines, and we get mushy over them. Starts out with, there you are.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something about his verbiage. It's very smooth.
It is. It's like a Rico Suave kind of thing he's got going for him.
Right, right. I mean, and I don't know, maybe it's because he's described the way he is. If you're picturing like the dude from The Princess Bride who's trying to trick him with the poison, that actor, he's not going to pull off those lines.
No, 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 no.
No,
You need to be, who would we cast as Reese?
that's a tough one. I think every woman has her opinion on who it should be. I really do. I think Starfall for a lot of people is when she starts to see more to Reese than just this flirty um vagabond, if you will. Like there's kind of a deeper level there that she sees, and not just the things he says, but just the way he interacts with everybody and how important this specific holiday is to him.
And takes care of everybody every
Yeah,
day.
he wants to make sure everybody else is having a good time before he even worries about himself.
Right.
Like he won't relax until he knows everybody else is relaxed. It's a sign of a
Exactly.
good leader.
hmm So the way Sarah J. Maas builds him and that moment,
Oh, perfection, devastating, life-changing.
and that's just the beginning of the second half.
It really is. It could have been a book all on its own, but this half of the book is when everything becomes unhinged, and
Mhm.
we're going to cover all of it today.
Welcome to Pickle Party, where a menacing gets a little naughty. Join the bride, it's book club time. Tropes and memes and feeling oh my.
All right, guys. So we are covering A Court of Mist and Fury, Part 2, chapters 28 to the end. And so much happens.
It really does. I mean, a lot of I guess, kind of almost like the first book, the first part of this book is a setup
hmm
just to how everything is going to change. And then the second half is what does it. In fact, think of it this way. The first half of this book is you're basically presented with a dumpster, if you will.
hmm
Everything's falling apart, war's being prepared, everybody's keeping everybody in the dark, nobody trusts anybody. And the second half of this book is if a precious little raccoon comes along and lights that shit on fire and walks away.
Trash Panda.
That's basically the second half of the book in a nutshell.
And as the person standing out in front of the fire is going, everything's fine. This is
Yes.
fine.
Yes, everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. It's all fine. So with this half, we're going to discuss the mating bond. We're going to discuss Hybern. We're going to discuss the sisters, and definitely going to talk about that ending.
hmm
That ending that definitely left us wanting more.
Exactly. So to start though, where things change, she writes the letter to Tamlin.
She has written this letter to Tamlin and she has sent it. And this is a letter. I guess it's a Dear John letter,
hmm
is the best way to put it. But it's not this long, drawn out letter. It's this simple, like, I don't even know that they tell you what she writes in it. It's short, it's precise, and it's to the point. So it's very much like, I told you I couldn't do this. You wouldn't give me the space. I'm done.
Well, and she does mention that it says, "I'm not coming back. Don't look for me."
Yes, she does tell him, please don't come after me. I'm not coming back. Like, we're done in this letter. So I guess, yeah, for all intents and purposes, she writes him a Dear John letter.
Or the way Olaf did of in the Beninging.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on this Dear John letter she sends him? Because, I just keep going back to the Sex in the City when Carrie gets dumped by a post-it.
For the toxicity of this relationship. I think that's the best that she could do. Because
Yeah,
if she had gone back, she might not have gotten out.
fair, fair. Because even when she would look at him and be like,
Yeah.
this is how I feel, he'd be like, no, that's how he's telling you to feel. Like he never heard her.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right. It probably was. For me, I guess I was just always raised like Dear John letters are cowardly ways of ending things. You sit down and you
Face to
talk it
face is
out.
how you deal with it,
Yeah, maybe don't send your feelings in an email. Maybe
or
sit down
text.
like an adult. Yeah, maybe sit like down as an adult and talk it out.
Yeah.
Instead of low blows and emails where
Yeah.
somebody can't defend themselves.
Hmm.
I think in this situation, you're right. I think just this is how it's going to be. You can't argue with me and you can't be handed or narcissistic about it. And not because for Tamlin, it's always they're making you feel this way. There's never any self reflection of, oh, I brought this on myself and I did it by doing this.
No, there's not. And the other part is that his idea of like, if I just, keep her in this toxic environment and closed up, she'll change her mind.
Yes.
And which she doesn't need more Stockholm syndrome.
No. For some reason, he's thinking if he suffocates her, she's going to come back to him.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I think honestly, that might be the natural reaction for a lot of people in situations like that. But she finally sends him this letter, and it takes her a while. It's not exactly like she just has this all. She like sits down, she writes this letter, and she sends it, and she feels bad.
Right.
She feels bad because it's not that she's just stopped loving him. She didn't stop loving him. He just made it harder for her to love him.
And she, at this point, she still cares about him as a person.
Yeah, she doesn't want to hurt him. She still reasons and sees good in him.
Yeah.
He, like, every time you want to be like, okay, he truly is a villain. I forgot until re-going through these. SJM does this amazing job of like getting you to the brink of hating him and then having him do this small little minute thing. And you're like, oh, okay. Like killing Amarantha.
Yeah.
We'll go into it in the next book, but there's a lot of things he does in the next book. A few things. I'm listening to that one right now. And there's a few things he does in that book that he's like, I'm going to do this little bit just to look good again.
Right. Save face. Make you think that I'm on your side.
Right. And then I'm going to go do all this shady, shisty, like overhanded shit.
Yep.
So it's hard with him. It's interesting. And then I think that's why a lot of people on like the blogs and stuff want to give him a redemption arc because he has his moments of doing these little things, even if it's at the very end.
Yeah. But even at the end of this book, when we get to it, he's shocked. But he's still stupid.
He is. That's something we're going to have to walk
it.
back. That's something I think a lot of people have to walk back because we always associate him with the sisters and it wasn't him.
But he caused it.
Yes and no. We'll go into that in a little bit. We'll go into that in a little bit. It's not that he caused it, but he didn't do anything to handle it after it happened either.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. But we wouldn't have been in that situation if he hadn't. We'll get there.
Yeah. I think we just hate that bitch. I think that's the problem. So one of the things that happens after Feyre sends this letter and has kind of officially broken things off, and it's a big deal in Valeris, is it's a holiday called Starfall.
Yes.
And yes, guys, it's as fucking magical as it's described. Stars falling all around you. It's like cosmic heaven.
It kind of makes me think of Tangled when they do the lights, but with stars.
Yes. Oh, God, I love that scene.
I
Yes.
know.
Yes. Well, and in her interview with Call Me Daddy, she asked her, she was like, what inspired Starfall? Because Starfall is another one of those scenes that people lost their mind over, right? I see so many like alliterations and like pictures and stuff of Starfall and what Feyre and Rhys. And the thing is, guys, nothing necessarily happens with Rhys and Feyre at Starfall, but it's a significant moment for her because I think it's the first time she feels a part of the family.
Yes, it's almost like acceptance is what happens.
Yes, she feels comfortable for the first time and she's happy and she's dancing with Kaz and dancing with Moore and dancing with Baz and dancing with Rhys and, chatting with Amren. And it's like her first Christmas. Because let's face it, even as a child, she didn't really get much.
Nope.
So it's a big deal for her.
It's okay. I have to say, it's also, I bring in Disney again. We've got Little Mermaid when they're on the boat and they're saying kiss the girl and then la la la. You guys are going to get more singing, by the way.
La 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 la. Don't be scared. Yes, I love that song. You've got to be prepared to go on and kiss the girl.
So it's like that scene. And so it's like just the build up that, she feels comfortable. He's amazing. He looks gorgeous. And
I think that's the first time she looks at him too. And she's like, oh, hello. Like she's always thought he was beautiful. Like I've had guy friends before that were really good looking, but I wasn't like, oh my, I could appreciate that they were handsome. Yeah. But like that's the first time she looks at him and she's like, oh dear. She gets for you Hotel Transylvania fans, can you tell Leslie and I are moms? For you Hotel Transylvania fans, they get their zing.
Yes,
She
absolutely.
gets her zing.
Such a good reference.
We've been watching a lot of Hotel Transylvania lately. No, I don't hate it, if I'm being honest. Those are really cute movies.
I love Adam Sandler, though.
We do too. We're big Adam Sandler people in this house. In fact, Gunner's nickname at school is Happy Gilmore. Another nickname I don't hate because he is super quick to lose his temper and he's super quick to be sorry.
We just watched 50 First Dates the other day.
Oh, that's my dad's favorite.
It's a good one.
That's a very good one. It's actually my mom's favorite too. And my dad's not a huge Adam Sandler fan, but he'll watch that one every time it comes on. And y'all, to see a little Palestinian man look at you when you're like a young girl in her 20s and say, Daddy, that's what he calls me. It's an Arab thing. Daddy, Daddy, that's what you want, a man who is willing to do the 50 first dates just all over. Do it again and again and again. That's what you want, ladies.
Oh,
It's so sweet. Anyways, shocker, we're off topic.
squirreling.
Squirreling. So after we dug, let's go back to this. So Starfall, it's magical, and I know that Sarah J. Maas said that she was inspired because she writes, and I think this is really interesting. I don't think I can do that because I write for my job with my psychologist, and not my psychologist, a psychologist. I feel like that would be. I can't have certain background. If I have music on, I'm not going to be able to narrate what I need to in the report, but she works with music going. And I think that's super cool because she wants it to inspire her moods.
Yes.
And she said Starfall was inspired by Cosmic Love by Florence and the Machine.
I just had I love that. I love Florence and the Machine in the first place.
I mean, yeah.
But I love that she can do that. So,
that's amazing to me because I can't do that.
Soundtracks with a book is wonderful.
Right.
Like,
it's like she's writing her movie and playing her soundtrack in her mind.
Yes.
It's awesome. I love it.
So I know other authors have done that too. I just personally, I don't know how I could do that. It's too much for me. I can listen to a book.
It's kind of sensory overload.
If somebody's talking and I'm reading, or if I'm reading something and listening to it, great. Or if I'm listening to it and I'm doing like a proposal or whatever the heck I'm working on, I can handle that. It's almost like music or even a television show is too much for me in the background. Where Matt can totally do that. He can have music blasting and he can have a TV show on and he is just jamming and working.
I can't do music, but I do have to have background noise, and it's almost always reality television of some sort when I'm working.
Nice.
I don't understand what it is about housewives fighting that helps me focus, but it does. So take that what you will.
See, I can have a smutty book in my ear and I can do just fine. I'm hearing what's going on in the story. And
I tried that recently and I kept changing the gender of my patient.
Nice.
Yeah.
So back to topic with the Starfall. Do you feel that this was the most romantic scene in this series or later on?
Oh, later on. I don't.
Okay.
And that's kind of what made me laugh about people being like, Starfall was the scene for me. I was like, really?
Yeah.
And I think it's because they expected Starfall. Because, I mean, she almost sets it up for that to be like that moment. But again, I felt like that moment where Feyre goes in and sees him at his most vulnerable. That I think for a lot of women, seeing our man at their most vulnerable, for me, it's very attractive.
It is. It shows you that you're human.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
and
what
my husband's
missing.
I'm married to a man who is very in touch with his feelings. And I'm married to an emotionally mature man. And I think it's because he was raised by women, basically. He had big sisters and a very dominant mother. So like, he's just able to sit down and be like, hey, you said this and it hurt my feelings. And 9 times out of 10, I wasn't trying to, Right. So when he says that, I'm like, oh shit, honey, I'm sorry, And so I think for most women, when a man can communicate their feelings and they're most vulnerable, that is when they're the most beautiful to them. And that's, even though Feyre's always thought Rhys was beautiful, that moment when she goes in and she just, it's not a sexy thing. He's covered in sweat. He just basically had a night terror. And I mean, yeah, he's half dressed and yeah, she 100% notices that. But there's something about how wrecked his soul is and how she can utterly relate to that and how he lets her see it that I think is the undoing for Feyre.
I agree. That scene, and then when we get to War and Ruin, there's another scene that shows his vulnerability and who he is, and he lets his guard down with her. And I think that just draws her in even more.
Yeah.
And I'm really serious that I think that's Tamlin's problem. He couldn't let her in.
He couldn't be vulnerable enough. I don't
He
think Tamlin
couldn't.
knows how to be vulnerable. I
He
think he just sees that as a weakness.
he could sing the Wrecking Ball song by Miley. We, as you can tell,
The
my
last thing I want to picture is Tamlin in his Callan My shorts riding that wrecking ball
we've been listening to a lot of Miley.
with his flute or his fiddle. His fiddle, my bad. The other sexy instrument, his fiddle. Just on his fiddle. I came in like a rat.
I have to say, Amy agreed with me with that the fiddle's sexier than a lute.
All right, Amy, that's fine.
I was wondering if anybody said anything to you about the lute.
No, I feel like my friends are bored with this and they stop listening after the intro. No, I haven't got anything. Ed listened though, and he thought I said flute. And he was like, the flute is not sexy. And I said, not flute, honey. Lute, like mini guitar. And he was like, oh, no, not better.
It just makes me think of the rooster from Robin Hood.
I love that movie.
There again, can you tell we're moms?
This episode is brought to you by Disney. I love that. Do, 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 do. That'll be in your head all day. I love that movie. Oh, yes. So
yeah, if he came in like a wrecking ball and he actually showed, like, let her in, explained how he was feeling, was vulnerable with her, we wouldn't be in this situation right now.
no, but it would be something else because what you can't deny is that Rhys and Feyre are mates.
They are. So that I don't want that to go away, but maybe
So
we wouldn't
even-
hate tampon so much.
I mean, the better that it happened, the end happened with Tamlin when it did, because if Tamlin had put forth the effort and she had stayed with him
Mm-hmm.
and then found out later after having a couple spring court babies that
This is not what she
then that
wanted.
mating bond clicks,
Yeah.
you're in trouble, right?
Then you're in a Helian Lady of the Autumn Court situation.
Exactly. You're in a Helian lady of
Number
the autumn
7
court.
is like, whoops.
Yeah. And she's already 6 in with this guy. Basically.
Comes out with dark hair and tanned skin. It's like, I don't know where that baby came from.
I know. Like, did you ever watch My Name is Earl?
Yes.
Was it Earl Jr.?
Love Joy.
Let me tell you something. Absolutely no person in the world plays white trash like Jamie Presley. I don't know
So
how she
true.
does it. It's like how Jennifer Lawrence can play Trainwreck like no one's
Mhm.
business. She can play white trash. I don't know how she didn't win an Emmy for Joy on My
Right.
Name is Earl every year it was on TV, because she is so freaking funny in that role.
And never broke character once. Just perfect.
She is freaking hysterical. All right. I love Jamie Presley. I have a deep love for Jamie Presley.
Mhm.
And it's because of My Name is Earl. But yes, basically that baby come out looking like, what's his face? Everybody loved him too. He was like the nicest guy.
Mhm. Darrell.
Darrell, yes. Everybody loved Darrell. Even Earl was like, can't be mad. He's the nicest guy. Like,
You think Tamlin would be a little mad.
like, I love it. So that's kind of what happens. I mean, Baron wasn't as cool about it. Starfall happens. Everything's great. Shortly after Starfall, they get the invitation to visit the summer court.
Yes.
This is something they've been anxiously awaiting. If we take you back to the end of last episode, poor Feyre was sent on a freaking hunting journey in the House of the Children of the Damned
Mm-hmm.
and to get a ring.
Right.
And once she found that ring, rice cake, Reese Rice found that. Just realized I called him.
You're gonna
Rice.
be like Stephen Walker with the mustache.
Reese Rice. Sorry, Sarah J. Messy Moss. So when Reese basically feels like she is capable of conquering her panic and can find what is needed to control this cauldron, then we were good to go to summer court. So they got the go-ahead to go to summer court.
Mm-hmm.
An official invitation, if you will, and only a handful of them go. And it is Amren, Rhys, Feyre, and
I think so.
Cassian's not allowed because he destroyed a building the last time he was in Summer Court. I think fighting with Varian, so that's probably off limits.
All right.
So Reese shows up and he always takes Amryn because the Summer Court's terrified of her. And
Right.
she has kind of a fun banter going with the general. He's the prince of Adriata,
Yes.
like a prince, a cousin to the head of the Summer Court. And his name is Varian. And she's kind of like they act like they hate each other. Clearly it's foreplay. We'll
Right.
talk about that more next book.
Yes.
he Feyre kind of knows her role when she gets there, and that is to flirt and distract and get as close to the head of the summer court. So Tarquin needs to be distracted so that Feyre can get in close with him
Hmm.
and uh kind of get closer to where they keep the important things, maybe just fish out the information she needs to know more about where to look on this island because it's not like it's a small court. It's a
No.
whole wall. It's like the whole coast,
Yeah.
basically, of Perithian. So she needs an idea of where to start looking. So they spend a good while in the summer court. She does several trips into cities. She gets
Yeah.
to know things. She goes and she visits the cities in the area. She looks around. She develops a rapport with Tarquin. And what sucks the most of all this, she likes him.
Hmm.
He's a nice guy and he's
He's a
actually
good guy.
interested in her. He is a good guy and he's interested in her. And he definitely had the summer court thrown into his lap, kind of like Tamlin did.
Yes.
Feel bad for him though, because Tamlin brought it on himself by killing Rhys's family. With Tarquin, it was Amarantha killed everybody, and he was kind of like that long lost cousin that was like, "Hey, guess what? You're up next for the throne."
Hmm.
So he wasn't really expecting to have to be in charge, and he got put in charge, and he's young.
Hmm.
And so a lot of the High Lords have a hard time trusting him. And he doesn't trust them. I mean, the feeling is mutual. He doesn't know
Right.
what he's doing any more than they do, honestly.
And he almost connects with Feyre. I don't know if maybe they're both young at heart, and that's why.
Well, I think he senses her anxiety and fear
Hmm.
because that's a lot of pressure put on her.
It is, which almost makes you, for her to go in and steal from the summer court, it was like,
She hated it. And that's the thing about Farah, that she's always going to be good at heart. She doesn't like doing the bad things that she has to do, even if she understands it's for the better good.
mm,
Um, like on the morally gray scale, she's definitely a 2 to 3 because she does have to make some shitty decisions,
yeah,
but it's almost always for the betterment. And it's always,
right.
and she's always, always, always willing. If someone has to die, she's willing to be the one who has to land on that sword.
Yep.
Always. So it's kind of hard to get too mad at her, but she feels horrible about it. But she knows that this is vital. And the worst part is she keeps saying to herself this whole time, I wonder what he would say if I just asked him for it.
And he may have just given it to her.
They even say at the end, I really think we could have just asked him for it. She tells, after she is successful, she and Amryn successfully find and steal the half of the book.
Hmm.
But this is after she invades his mind, which she
Yep.
feels very guilty about. Is saved. She almost drowns. She and Amryn almost drown, but they're saved by the river wraiths,
Hmm.
whom,
If
if you
you
guys will
guys remember.
remember, yes, it's all coming back to you now. Feyre did them a solid at the tithing,
Hmm.
and word got out. And the river wraith from the summer court says to her after she rescues her and Amryn, they say, our sister's debt is repaid.
Hmm.
Like we squashed.
Yeah.
So that was a time when, again, Feyre's compassion paid off in the long
Yeah.
run because they were absolutely about to drown until the river wraith saved them. They winnow back to the night court and everybody, I mean, Amryn maybe not, but for sure, Feyre and even Rhys feel bad about what they had to do.
Yeah.
And Feyre, that's when she looks at Rhys and she's like, we probably could have just asked him for it.
Mhm.
And Rhys was like, I could not take that risk. Sure, maybe he'd give it to us, but then what if another court found out? Like, this has to be so secret and kept so close to the vest.
Yeah.
And I get that.
But it almost makes him look shitty, though. That's the part that, like,
Well, and now Summer Court's pissed because they know what happened. They know a very precious item that has been put in their care for centuries is now gone. And they know the Night Court stole it.
And then when we get to War and Ruin, it doesn't help it.
It doesn't. there's a lot of forgiving that needs to happen
Yeah.
between both courts. But the night court steps up for sure to make up for it because they don't feel good about what they had to do.
No.
But one of the ways in which you are kind of, I guess you said an insult, and I kind of would. This is another, I wish I lived in Prithian because I would love if I got 3 blood rubies for pissing someone off. Thank you. Thank you for paying for my house.
There you go.
But the next day or two, 3 blood rubies arrive. One basically for Feyre, one for Rhys, and one for Amren for their betrayal. And it basically what it signifies is you are now an enemy of the Summer Court, and if we see you, we will kill you.
Yep.
It's basically the promise of death.
It's like the black spot.
It is. It's absolutely the black spot. Now Feyre knows. Tarquin knows. He's pissed, and she feels horrible. But she also understands that there is a bigger cause for what they're doing.
But we also forgot a small detail while they were at the Summer Court of Rhys hitting on,
Flirting with Cressida.
yes, that drives
And it drives
Feyre
Feyre nutty. And here's the difference between Feyre and Rhys. Rhys has had centuries to practice his emotions. He's not any more thrilled watching her flirt with Tarquin, but he knows how to keep it in check.
Right.
She does not.
No.
So the whole time he's flirting with Cressida, she is glaring at him. She is annoyed with him. She is listening for his door at night because their rooms are near each other.
Yeah.
And she's doing her best to suss out that situation.
Right.
And almost uses her flirting with Tarquin as a weapon. So again, if you weren't already sure, you're definitely getting vibes now that, all right, there's something with those two.
Yeah.
And Rhys almost, even though she's not officially in the, like, she's not his high lady or anything yet, he treats her as such. He really treats her as such. It's almost like she's his concubine that he takes with her on trips. Like he's Hugh Hefner and she's one of his little Playboy bunnies. Like
that's 100% it. Yeah.
He drags her out and he does that for looks. Like there's a whole image he's trying to portray because he has these girls wear barely anything. It's interesting the way Rhys presents himself with the women to other courts.
And this is before they actually go over the mating bond and all that. But he does have that like suaveness that he can come in and they're like, oh, I like him and I'll follow along with whatever he's doing because he's good looking, you know?
Right.
And it's to his advantage and he knows it and he's used it for years.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm subbing now in the elementary schools and there are some little kids, both boys and girls, that I sub and I'm like, you are so damn charming. You are going to get away with murder one day. Like, I'm a little worried for you because you are not going to know limits. They're so stinking cute.
Yeah.
I feel like that was Rhys a little bit
before
100%. Before he went to the camp. I mean, of course, at the camp, he was treated pretty badly because he was who he was.
Right.
In terms of who his father was. Everybody's going to be harder on him because his father was the High Lord.
Well, his father was an asshole.
And his father was an asshole.
Before we continue, I want to tell you about the team behind our logo and all the graphics you see on our social media. Sometimes we get you media. These guys are an AI-powered creative studio, and honestly, they made the entire branding process so easy for us. They do logos, social media graphics, videos, content creation, complete marketing strategies, basically everything you need to make your brand look professional and stand out. And the best part, they're fast, affordable, and they actually get what you're looking for. No endless revisions or confusion. If you're a business owner or creator who needs branding that pops, check them out at sometimeswegetYoumedia.com or shoot them an email at info@sometimeswegetyou.com. Sometimes We Get You Media. They definitely got us.
They're back from the summer court and they know that war really is coming. They've got this book while they're trying to figure out, Az is trying to suss out how to get the other half of the book from the witches without being deceptive, without, anything that's going to cause it to melt so that they can figure out what is needed.
Yes.
As they're waiting for the response from these witches. I keep calling them witches. They're not witches. They're queens.
The bitches.
The bitches. That's what we decided to call them. So he's waiting on response from the bitches about getting that half of the book. Don't want to spoil anything for you, but they don't want to give it up. So they're going to be waiting a while if they really want that book. But the queens they heard Rhys,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know that they heard what Rhys and Feyre were trying to warn them was coming, or that they cared much.
No.
And we'll discuss that in a little bit. In the meantime, Rhys discovers that whenever he winnows somewhere or uses his magic, there's a tracker on it, and people are trying to assassinate him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he realizes it's Hybern. So, what he realizes he has to do is kind of go up and hide in the Illyrian mountains for a while
Mm-hmm.
and not use his magic.
Yes.
Well, and it's also a good opportunity to train Feyre.
Mm-hmm.
So while they are at an Illyrian camp and working on training, Feyre and Rhys decide to, I can't remember if they're hunting or if they're just out in the woods doing training. I think they're out in the woods doing training, like shield training and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and working on Feyre's gifts
Yeah.
and honing her abilities while they're out there. But she is confronted by Lucian and Spring Court guards
Mm-hmm.
looking for her.
Right.
And in order to protect her, Rhys winnows in
Mm-hmm.
to keep, because all Lucian has to do is touch her and he can winnow her out
Yeah.
against her will.
He's almost got that, like, what are you doing to me, man? You gotta come
Yeah,
with
he's still
me.
like, Feyre, oh my God, please come home. Absolutely. He is. He's like, Feyre, oh my God, why are you being such a bitch?
He's like the Napoleon Dynamite.
He really is. He's a little bit of the Napoleon to Tamlin's Pedro. If we're gonna be a little honest. After this encounter, and Rhys winnows in and defends Feyre, and they kind of get rid of Lucian and the guards. Rhys is basically, well, they go and they stay at a little inn that they're near because they're not close to the camp anymore.
Right.
And while they're having a night at this inn, they're in a very small room. It's just the two of them. Things happen. Intimate things happen. If we're going to play baseball, we will say that Rhys got a double or a triple? I guess a double.
I mean, he tried to steal third.
Kind of, but remember he was like, if we steal third, I want to be loud. I want you to be loud. So we're not doing that either.
Right. Yeah.
So
it wasn't on his mind.
it wasn't that he was, no. So for all of you sports gals out there, we'll say he had a solid double, tried to do for the triple, but had to go back to second.
Yeah.
So there it is. It's finally happened. They've kissed.
Mm-hmm.
He's made her feel warm and fuzzy in certain places, and things have been good.
Yeah.
Well, the next day they're out, and as they're talking, they're up. He's holding her. They're flying. His wings are going. They're up in the air, and before you know it, he gets hit with an ash arrow, and he goes down, and he gets very, very sick. Feyre is able to kill the guards that hurt him. Rhys is very sick because not only was he hit with an ash arrow, he was hit with an ash arrow that was tipped in poison. And he desperately needs an antidote. Well, the only thing that Feyre can think of that would know the antidote to this type of poison is going to be the Suriel. She kills everybody, and then she realizes, like, he's getting sicker, he's not getting better, he's not healing because of this poison. I've got to find an answer. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So she grabs a cloak and goes to find the Suriel. Because as we know, cloaks are the way to a Suriel's heart.
Yes. As she has her tea.
And she has her tea. Yes, she's waiting. She's got her tea bag and she's dipping it, and she's waiting for the Suriel to show up so they can chat.
These memes have ruined that for me too.
I know.
Now all I see is I don't care. He's dipping it in the tea.
Mine, for me, it's him and Rhys having the conversation about the mating bond and but don't tell Feyre. And he's like, okay. And then they come back and Rhys is like holding his eye, and the Suriel's like, I know, I forgot, but look at my cool cloak. Look at the cloak I got. That's my favorite one. So she brings him a cloak and she asks him, she's like, this happened. What do I need to do? Really, he already knew, of course, because he's the Suriel, but he shows up. He's like, Feyre, what's up, girl? And she says, hey, girl. So kind of into this guy, and he kind of got poisoned, and I need to know what to do about it. And the Suriel says, hey, yeah, so this is what you do. you've got healer blood in you because you've got the day quartz blood in you, and they have a special healing power. He said, also, you'll need this herb. This herb's going to also help. P.S. He's your mate. And she
Stay
said, I'm
with the
sorry.
High Lord.
What? What did you say to me? And he goes, yeah, that's your mate. Go save your mate. And she was like, you fucking kidding me with this? So as she gets back to Reese, where he's trying to wait for her, she is livid. She cuts open her arm. She says, drink. She shoves her arm in his face, and he does. And he's looking at her like he knows she knows something. She hands him the plant. She says, chew on this. And he chews. And as he's chewing, he's just looking at her, and she's pacing. She's like, so are you going to tell me you're my mate? And he just goes, so you talk to the cereal.
I hear you talk to Linda in HR.
Yeah. So you talk to Linda? So with that, she's pretty pissed. He gets healthy enough that they are able to winnow back to the Illyrian fight camp. And after they winnow back in, like everybody can tell, the family knows, ooh, something went down and they're pissed. She
Kind
immediately
of like when mom and dad fight, you just kind of back away.
Yes. You like go hide in your rooms kind of thing. Basically, she kind of throws Reese at Az and Cassian and explains really quick what happened in terms of his injuries and is like, he should be okay, but get the healer. And looks at Moore and is like, did you know he was my mate? And she said, yes, I knew. And she said, you owe me. Get me the hell out of here. And Moore said, heard. So Moore winnows her to a special place. It's a cabin, kind of like the House and Wind, and where it's magical and it kind of gets you what you need.
Yes, and it's where they would all go and have like their boys get away, and
it's their cabin retreat is what it's their Camp David, if you will. It's like their private retreat. Only certain people are allowed. Not even Reese nor Moore can actually winnow in there. They have to like winnow to a certain spot and then like kind of walk the rest of the way. It's a very secluded, private family area. And the only people allowed to truly know about it are really Moore and Reese, even though Az and
Cassian know about it.
And Amryn. But it's all their private. Like they've all used it as a kind of a retreat, a getaway, whether it's after battle to heal from PTSD or they just need a minute or whatever. So she takes Feyre there, kind of drops her, says the house will give you whatever you need. You do your thing, girl. I'll come check on you in a couple days. And she does just that. Feyre sits and Feyre starts to paint.
And she paints the things. I feel she paints the things that makes her heart happy.
She does. She paints Amryn's eyes. She paints, after complaints from Moore, she ends up painting Cassian's and Azriel's and Moore's eyes. And
but not Reese's.
No, she's pissed at him. She paints everything, but she's feeling out. And the thing is, I think I thought this the first time. I get it a little bit more the second time. But I think the first time I was like, what is the big fucking deal? I get it a little more the second time.
Well, she feels like it's almost been so Tamlin hid so much from her.
Exactly.
And so it feels like she's in the exact damn situation. She's like, I trusted you. I thought you could be honest with me. I thought you could tell me anything. And then I find this out from the serial that you're my mate and you couldn't be open and honest with me and at least tell me what the fuck is happening.
Right. I think that was a lot of her feelings where I've opened up to you so much and you couldn't tell me this. And Reese's reasoning, and we've discussed this in previous episodes, is that he didn't want her to say, oh, you're my mate, then I have to be with you. Right. He wanted her to openly and freely choose him the way he wanted her. I think that's beautiful, and I totally get that.
I do. I agree with him on why he did it. Like, I love that he made it her choice.
Because also keep in mind his parents.
Yes, but I also
his parents were the perfect example. They were mates,
side,
but they weren't good together. Yeah, I could totally see both sides. She sits on it for a few days. And I think, honestly, shortly after she gets there, in her mind, she forgives Reese. She just needs time to process it.
And she comes to the realization that he did it to give her choice.
Well, and she also comes to the realization that she wants this bond and that it feels right and it feels like home.
Which that's the way you should feel with your significant other. I mean,
words out of my mouth. That's the way it's supposed to feel. For
you, that's Matt for me. Just being with him, it feels
that like is home. That is home. Exactly. That is home. That is my safe spot. Ed is my life-size comfort blanket. Like he is my security blanket. So absolutely. And I think for her that realization clicks. Reese visits her.
Mhm.
Bless him, because he can't winnow and all this stuff up because of certain rules and stuff with it. He's like, I had to walk. It took me a while. I knew where you were. It just took me a few days to get you,
Yeah.
to get to you. But he gets up there and she sees him and she lets him in. And he sits down and they chat for a minute and she offers him a bowl of soup. Well, apparently, and this to me is kind of funny, the mating bond, the way you solidify the mating bond, the female basically cooks a meal and offers it to the male. How Betty Crocker is that bullshit?
Okay, I have to laugh though. You know why I love this scene? Because if you remember when Matt and I first started like being around each other, getting together, remember the night that I said, "Who wants chicken?" And I made everybody chicken.
You did that all the time, honey. I remember one night at 9 o'clock, you were like, "Who wants steak?" And you made us steak
So that
while
makes
we
me
watched Friends.
so that is true. I love to cook. And so
You do. I loved being your friend in college for that reason.
but Matt always remembers that night of I called Judson and I was because I didn't have Matt's number and I'm like, Judson, I'm gonna have chicken tonight. Do you want some chicken? Can Matt come over and have some chicken?
Oh my God, I remember that now. Yeah, you made chicken.
He's like, "Oh, that's like your soup."
It really was. It really was your soups. Yeah, the first meal I actually ever made Ed was breakfast. I made him Brenner. And actually, you were with me when I bought everything, and you offered to let me use your little skillet. You had
Oh,
one of those
that's
like
right.
college. And I made like the most unhealthy dinner Brenner. I mean, he loved it. But I
Mhm.
mean, I made him pancakes. I think I made him cinnamon rolls. Like, why double carb it? Oh, we were in college. I think I made him like eggs and bacon and like it was stupid. It was nothing I would do for him now. So Feyre, who does not cook either, opens a can of soup and pops it on the stove. Now, I love that in these worlds. They're old school, right? But they have cans of soup. It's old school. You got to go to a blacksmith to get your shit made, but you can go to the store and get you some Progresso. The Feyre cracks open a little can of minestrone,
Yeah.
heats it up on the stovetop, and offers it to Reese. And you would think she offered him, I don't know, duck l'orange or some shit with his reaction to being offered a bowl of soup. But that's also when she's like, it's a fucking bowl of soup, eat. He was like, but if you offer this to me, it means you've accepted the mating bond. She was like, I have, asshole, eat. And he's like, oh, okay. And then they proceed to have the world's best sex.
With paint all over them and everything.
Paint.
Can you
And
imagine
see,
what
I
that
wonder,
table looks like?
part of me wonders, I know she said that cosmic love was her inspiration for Starfall, but I feel like she brought that into that love scene too, just with all the
Mhm.
paint. Because like he takes paint and he starts painting down her body and vice versa. Like she paints his wings. It's a very sensual, intimate scene. And
Yeah.
it's chapter 55 for those of you wondering what chapter 55 is all about. That's what it's about. It's about
Just skip
paint.
to that, guys, if you need to.
Poor Ed. He just started the second book. He's like, when is it good? And I'm like, chapter 55. He's like, 55?
It's okay, Ed. Stay tuned.
I keep telling him, I'm like, that's all Silver Flame is.
Yeah.
Like, once they start doing it, they do it everywhere.
Have you seen the reel where the mom's teenage daughter wants to read it, but she like painter's tapes all the pages that are the bad pages?
Is it just like all this painter's tape and like 3 clear pages?
She's like flipping through it. She's like, Mom, there's like 5 pages of just painter's tape.
That's hysterical. I mean, the scene where she blows him at the table alone.
Yeah, that's a good scene.
That's a great scene, but like, I don't want my children reading that. And if they do, I don't want them reading it in front of me.
In your own home. And
right?
You're like 20.
Like, I feel awkward recommending these books to my mom, but we can talk about that kind of stuff, so it's fine.
Well,
I feel a little awkward recommending them to my sister, who I know will never read them. Now she and I just joke how, like, we're going to be some random pop culture trivia question one day, because Jacob's going to be a famous baseball player, and here I am with a porn podcast.
There you go.
Like, which famous porn podcaster is related to the new World Series champ? Like, yes.
There you go.
Jacob's like, there's my weird aunt who has a porn podcast. They love me. It's fine. Any hoozle, so they do it, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And we all went, thank God.
Fine. Oh my God, it's like the Ross and Rachel kiss when they finally kiss.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes. Can I tell you, Ed hates that scene at the beginning of that episode when they're like, we kissed, and the guys are like, cool. And the girls all want all the details and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ed thinks it's so weird that Monica wants the details because that's her brother.
Oh.
Ed's always like, that is so weird. And I was like, I think she's not thinking about kissing her brother. She's thinking about other good first kiss.
Well, it's her best friend. And
Yeah.
she has known how much Ross has loved her entire life.
I mean, right. If Rachel was giving too many details, Monica would probably be like, okay, we need to
I don't want to know all that.
But she was just describing like the kiss. And I mean, I know when people are describing a kiss to me, I think of like my first kiss with Ed or, just like my first kiss with Ed, because if I mentioned anybody else,
with Ed.
Just with Ed. Just with Ed. I mean, I haven't kissed another person in 20 years. So it's, as far as I'm concerned, I've only ever kissed Ed. But
no, but I don't know. I don't find that weird.
I didn't either, but Ed's funny about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so they give in and it's done. They're officially mated. She loves him. He loves her. Happily ever after, right?
You would think.
Not so bad. No.
Because there's jealousy.
Right. So like as soon as they do it, you should be like, okay, now all shit's about to break loose. Because that's what happens in these books.
Mm-hmm.
These protagonists and their love interests finally say, hey, let's do this. And then war breaks out.
Well, it's the other thing of like Sarah J. Maas has a way of like 100 pages from the end. You think everything's happy, and then you look and there's 100 pages to the end. You're like, motherfucker, I know something's going to happen.
Exactly. Well, that's why she's a good writer.
Yeah.
They recognize that something is going to have to happen in order to get this book from the queens / bitches.
The bitches.
Well, the bitches won't send them the book, but out of nowhere one day they get this package and it's from one of the witches. The one they refer to as the golden one.
The golden bitch.
The golden bitch. Turns out she wasn't so much of a bitch.
Yeah.
She heard them and she wanted to help them and she agreed that there was a problem. But
she's probably, she basically kind of throws it out there like, I'm probably going to be banished for this. But
well, and she says when they go to the original meeting with the witches, there's 6 of them. Originally. Well, only 5 show up to the meeting. And when inquiries are made about where this witch is, they're like, oh, she's not well. She couldn't come.
Yeah.
It turns out she's not well. She was against this plan from the beginning. And so basically her fellow queens sold her to a death god. But you find this out I think you find that out in the next book. But she just says, I think she refers to them as my sisters. My sisters lied. That extra one is not unwell. That's all she says is she's not sick. They lied. I agree with you. Please don't tell anybody I gave you this. And they have the other half of this book because she willingly gave it to him. It's fine.
Yeah.
So Amren tucks herself away for a couple days because she's the only one who can read this language to decipher this book. And she comes out and she says, I know what to do. We need to get to the cauldron. This starts the crap fall. That is the last part of the book.
And everything turns to shit.
Hold on to your butts because shit's about to get way worse.
I love that phrase when you use it the other day in the episode when you're like, hold on to your butt.
Hold on to your butt. I'm waiting for Garrett to start saying it because he's my little parrot. And then I'm going to have to be like, shit, Garrett, stop saying that. They get into Hybern. They are able to winnow into Hybern to find the cauldron. I feel like because they winnowed in so effortlessly and they had almost no problem finding the cauldron, that should have been sign that this was not a copacetic situation. That should have been the first red flag. Yeah. And I think during this part, all of them were making comments like, this is too easy. This is too weird. Like none of them really feel easy, especially as
the Xanax.
Yeah, as who's like basically a human Xanax for everybody is on edge. and he doesn't trust it. Rhys is so focused on Feyre and making sure she can do what she needs to do and also be okay, because what she's about to do is going to take damn near every bit of her
Mhm.
to break this cauldron. Or not break it. You don't want to break the cauldron because it's the source of all life. You want to deactivate it.
Yes, it's kind of like a bomb.
Basically, they want to like de-wire that bomb,
Yeah.
so to speak. Feyre gets in. She gets close to the cauldron.
Mhm.
Amren's talking her through, or no, Amren's not even with them. Amren stayed back in Valeris to watch the city. So
Right.
Amren's not even with them, which if Amren had been with them, I think it would have made a huge difference because people will fucking be scared of her.
See, this
But
is why Matt thinks she's Baba Yaga.
she goes in and she says the spell. She's like, I know I'm saying it correctly.
Right.
It's draining her.
Mhm.
She's dying. And
Yeah.
Rhys can see this. So he's trying to shake her out of it.
Mhm.
And he gets her off the cauldron. She kind of comes to just in time to see, hold on to your butts, guys.
Plot
Azriel get shot, not even an inch away from his heart,
Yeah.
with an huge ass stake, basically. It's not even like an arrow. It's like, I can't remember the
Javelin.
word
It's like
they
a
use.
jab stake.
Yeah,
javelin
it's almost
stake.
like, it's what I picture you try to kill a vampire with.
Yeah, but bigger stake.
Ash 2x4 right into his chest, which
Mhm.
makes him completely useless, basically. It doesn't kill him, but it makes him useless. Az is on the floor, and he, keep in mind he's a shadow singer, so he's very valuable with this kind of stuff. He's out. Cassian goes to attack, and his wings get shredded.
And he's
There's
like
nothing-
screaming and like,
Yeah, that's like, like I was a history girl in college, so I heard about this kind of stuff, but
Mhm.
the Japanese war camps and stuff during World War II, they would like shove bamboo shoots up the nails and like have them grow under the nail.
oh God, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It just makes me cringe to think about it.
Yeah, no, me too. And being married to somebody who's heavy into World War II, I get to watch all those fun documentaries with him. Lucky for him, I was a history major, guys. I do actually really enjoy history, but there was some really cruel aspects of warfare, and the way they describe his wings being shredded, that to me is like the equivalent. Like just that.
Yeah, no, that's a great example of the same thing.
Yeah, it makes you cringe when they describe what happens to poor Cassian's wings. They were trying, really, before anything could happen, they wanted to deactivate the cauldron, just to remind you guys, because they heard about these plans to resurrect Jurian.
Yes.
Az goes down.
Cassian's down.
Cassian goes down. And they look up to see Jurian walk in. And Jurian was the one who nailed Azriel.
And if you guys remember from the first book, he used to just be a finger bone and an eyeball.
Yes. So the cauldron does work because they have resurrected him. Jurian, I feel like he's a character we could do a whole episode on.
Yeah, we probably could.
Honestly. Between his backstory and what turns out to be a redemption arc. You just don't find that out until the third book.
Right.
Jurian comes in, he's with Hybern, and Hybern's kind of using him because he resurrected him. So I guess Hybern thought that Jurian would be so grateful that he would follow his cause.
Yeah, which makes, in my opinion, how did that make sense in his head?
I don't know. I guess he really took all those years of being trapped in Amarantha's jewelry would be motivation.
I see. I would see the opposite.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't understand. Because as I was listening to it the second time, I was like, what was Hybern thinking that Jurian was going to be good for?
Right.
And then Jurian even says later, I think it's in the third book, he's like, that moron really thought I was going to no.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Jurian comes in and he attacks Azriel and Cassian. And that's also why you find out that Azriel survives, because Jurian makes a point not to stab him in the heart, but you find that out later. Then he feels bad about what he did to Az. But he's playing a role at this point. Hybern comes in and he basically says to Feyre, all right, it's time for you to join me. Like, yep, come on, you're on my team. And Feyre says, absolutely not. I'm not joining your war. I'm not going to be a part of you. All right, guys, and this is when it happens.
Hang on to your butts again.
Hang on to those butts again.
This is when Tamlin strolls in. He's like, what's up, babe? Missed you.
Tamlin and Lucian come in. And she finds out. Hybern says, well, I heard you're not supposed to be at the night court. You're really Tamlin's woman. So part of our deal, you can have her back. And
But he has his court. Like he's got all the borders of his court. That was their deal.
yes, and that's when Tamlin tells her, like, or Hybern informs her,
Mhm.
yeah, in order to help get you back, Spring Court's agreed to let me basically use their, because if you guys remember, the Spring Court is what's bordering the wall that
Mhm.
separates the human world from the Fey world.
Yes.
And it's not a real wall, it's an invisible wall. Just FYI. I think a lot of people in their minds might be picturing like the Great Wall of China, and that is not it.
No.
He says to him, you may now, I have access to your land. Take your girl back. But that when Tamlin goes to reach for her without thinking, Feyre automatically ducks behind Reese
Hmm.
and goes into Reese, and Hybern immediately starts cracking up. And he's like, well, I'll be damned. What are you going to do about that, Tamlin? They're mates. And Tamlin's like, no, 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 they're not mates. He's in her head. Even though it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's a smell thing, okay?
Does he have Stockholm syndrome?
No, what he is the queen of denial
Okay.
because wow. And Hybern's like, this is his mate. Like, she ain't your woman anymore.
No.
And Tamlin's convinced this isn't real. She doesn't love him. She loves me. He kidnapped her and then he made her write that letter. She loves me.
Yeah.
This is all him controlling her.
Then shit hits the fan.
Feyre still refuses.
And Ianthe, that bitch.
And that is when her sisters are escorted in. And not
Oh.
escorted in, brought in because they are tied up like prisoners. Their
Mhm.
mouths are gagged.
Mhm.
They are in their nightgowns. They didn't even let them put on clothes. They straight up took them out of their beds at home in the human world. And I think we need to walk something back because we always, always, always associate Tamlin with the sisters' kidnappings.
Mhm.
And it wasn't Tamlin.
He was shocked.
The witches also show up at
Mhm.
this point.
The bitches.
The bitches, 4 of them now. They notice one's missing.
Well,
4 now.
Ianthe could just jump right in there.
Could just jump right on in there. Oh my God, we totally left out the attack on Valeris.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Roll it back.
Yeah, sorry guys. This is a really big important part. Okay, so before they even,
There's
the
a lot
reason
of
they
shit
get
that happens all in this part.
so much shit. The reason that they decide to go to Hybern in the first place to deactivate the cauldron is because there's an attack on Valeris.
Yes.
They trust the witches enough to show them Valeris, to show them that they have good intentions, and they take that information and give it to Hybern in exchange to be made into Fae in the cauldron. Because all these witches / queen bitches, all they really care about is being powerful and being beautiful and being young. That's all they care about.
Kind of.
The younger ones.
I
There's
can
an
understand
older
why you
one or
call
two
them
that are
witches.
like, but the younger ones are all for this. One in particular. And so they want proof that this is going to work. If a human is dumped into the cauldron, will they be made Fae? With that being said, Hybern says, well, let's find out, shall we? And that is when they bring in Feyre's sisters. So Ianthe goes to Hybern and she tells Hybern about if you really want Feyre, the only way you're going to get her is if you get her sisters. She's really lonely and she wants her sisters to be made Fae. And so she tells him where to find the sisters. His guards go in and kidnap the sisters. And then they bring them in. And he says, yeah, your priestess, Tamlin, told us where they were. Your priestess came to us and told us everything. The girls go in. They fight hard. In fact, actually, I think this is when Cassian's wings get torn apart, is when they try to throw Elaine in. And he had promised Nesta that he would protect her and the family no matter what. So he goes and then Hybern shreds his wings with a spell. And so here's the thing about Hybern. He is not as nearly as powerful in terms of strength as, say, Tamlin or Reese.
Right.
He's not a fighter. He's smart and he uses spells.
Yes.
And that's his big strength.
Well, it's almost like Amarantha. It's the magic thing.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, because Amarantha used spells to trap people and he does the same.
Exactly.
Something about Hybern, they like their spells. They're big on curses and spells and things that keep people under their control as opposed to using brute strength. The first one to go in is Elaine. Bless her little heart.
And she's and Nesta screaming in the side,
Nesta
no, don't take my sister.
screaming.
Don't do this to her.
Yes. Nesta's freaking out. She's fighting them. Feyre's doing her best. But at this point, Az is on the floor near death. Cassian's wings are now shredded and he can't do anything to stop it.
Mhm.
Nesta's also upset about seeing Cassian on the floor. She gets very upset when Cassian's wings get torn up.
Mhm.
So they're all freaking out, right?
Right.
And they watch as Elaine is dumped into the cauldron and is dumped out a few minutes later, stands up looking like a poor wet cat, locks eyes with Lucian, only for Lucian to be like, ooh, we're mates.
Ooh, baby, I love your ways.
I mean,
Every day.
not the most perfect time to drop that bomb on her. Like, are you having a good day? No. Sorry, I've got worse news for you. Like, let's not, maybe that can wait till winter solstice. Maybe let's give that time to sit.
Yeah.
So he
Maybe let her
doesn't.
decide, kind of like Reese did.
Yes. And I mean, and the whole time the sisters are being dumped in the cauldron, like Tamlin's screaming, this isn't right. This isn't fair. Stop it. This isn't what we agreed on. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't okay. So I think we give Tamlin a really hard time for being responsible for the sisters. It's really Ianthe. And is he responsible in that he should have controlled Ianthe years ago?
Yes. Is it his fault that he gave them, passage to their borders? Yes. Is it his fault for calling Hybern to think that he could get Feyre back by
Yes.
blackmail? Yes.
He did not directly say, this is where the girls are. This is what Feyre wants. We need to turn. He did not directly do any of that. But all of his little decisions
Yep.
led to this one big thing where these girls lost their humanity against their will. And we're going to go back here on the Pickle podcast and say consent is everything. Let's say it together. Consent is everything. Yes. So after Elaine
I
comes
feel like
out,
that's a theme we have. Keep going.
I'm done. We should make shirts that just say consent is
We
everything
should.
with pickles on them. So marketing idea, copyright. Once Elaine comes out,
Mhm.
Nesta goes in. And Nesta, I mean, Elaine fought, but if Elaine fought, Nesta brought a whole damn war with her. Nesta kicked and screamed and, I mean, went down. And as she went down, Sarah J. Maas says she points to the King of Hybern. In my mind, she gives him the finger.
That is a topic that we had discussed, I think, prior, and I don't know if it was in one of our shows or we were just having discussion because it just says a finger, and I'm guessing she's pointing, but
It makes it sound like she's kind of like,
you're it.
fucking next.
But I agree. I could see the finger of like, fuck you. Like that's
Like
what
in my mind, she's going like this as she's
Yeah.
going down. Like, I'm coming back for you.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then she takes a little bit too much of the cauldron.
And then, yeah, and it's even described like her being in there feels different than when Elaine is.
Yeah.
And when Nesta comes out and she stands up, they all sense this power radiating off her.
Mm-hmm.
And even Hybern is smart enough to look terrified.
Yeah.
Well, but he's also looking at them with giant wide eyes because he can tell they're both going to be special fae. With that being said, Tamlin says, I need you to break this curse. Let me break this bond between the two of them because it's not real. And the King of Hybern says, okay. Now this is where that confident little shit thinks he really is something when he's not. The King of Hybern thinks he is so almighty that he can actually break true love's bond.
Mm-hmm.
Feyre is very smart.
Only thing he can fucking do is erase a tattoo.
That's really all he can do.
You're a
is
good
erase
tattoo
a tattoo.
removal.
Basically, he's the world's cheapest, fastest tattoo removal. That's all he is. So he says he goes in, and Feyre even says, "Yeah, it hurts because I can feel him in my mind. I can feel him trying to rip this bond apart."
Mm-hmm.
And she lets him think he does, and he does. He gets rid of that first bond on her arm, the one that originally was given to her under the mountain in the first book. But what he can't see is the glimmer covered right arm tattoo that is now on her arm for basically the mating ceremony she and Rhys had secretly gone and had the night before.
And now she's High Lady.
And she was also made High Lady by Rhys. Nobody knows this but her and Rhys, not even the family. We'll talk about it in the next book, but they're pissed that this is kept from them.
Oh, yes, they are.
And it's actually really sweet why they're mad.
I get it. Yeah. But I
It's
also see
sweet
why they
because they
didn't
have
tell
such
any
a
of it.
sense of duty to their king and queen.
Yes.
But it's Feyre's like, I thought you already loved me. Why does that mean more now that I'm High Lady? And they're
Yeah.
like, I am to protect you. Do not lie to me about that.
Yeah.
It's sweet. Feyre and Rhys are putting on an Oscar-worthy performance.
Oh yeah, they shouldn't have gotten an award for that. And Feyre comes out of this like, Tamlin, what have they
Feyre
done to
stops
me?
screaming. And I think the whole time they're doing this, oh my God, our bond, our bond. They're literally having a conversation in their mind, like, I love you. I love you. I love you. No, I love you more. No, I love you. You hang up first. No, you hang up first. I swear that's what they're doing as they're having this whole dramatic breakup, right?
Yeah.
She looks at Tamlin and is like, oh my God, it feels so good to be back in my body. What happened? And Tamlin's like, he took you from me. And she's like, get me away from him.
And she's screaming in her head, get my sisters and get the fuck out.
And the
Get my
whole time
sisters and get the fuck out.
that literally, she is screaming to Rhys, get to my sisters and get them out. Get to
Mhm.
my sisters and get them out. And that's exactly what he does.
Yeah.
He rushes over, more winnows herself and Cassian out. He
Mhm.
rushes over and him and Amryn get the other two out, the sisters out, and they're gone before Hybern can do anything. And Hybern's
Yeah.
pissed. He wants
Yeah.
Elaine and Nesta back. So as he's ranting and raving about that, and he realizes the book is also gone.
Bum, bum,
'Cause
bum.
because Feyre had slipped Rhys the book in the middle of all the commotion.
Yeah.
So the book is gone and the sisters are gone. All he's left with is a cauldron, which is now a diminished cauldron because of
Oh.
what Nesta did. You find out more from Nesta's side what happened when she was in the cauldron in Silver Flame.
Yes.
But it gives you an idea of like, she basically has a conversation with the cauldron and is like, I don't want this. And I'm taking a piece of you with me for payment.
Yep.
And the cauldron's like, don't you do it. Don't you do it. And she does it. So that's kind of basically how that's summed up.
So she goes with Tamlin
She does. She goes with Tamlin and she's back in the spring court.
and everything's
But
gonna
guys,
be fine in his mind.
that's what he thinks.
Lucian's so sus though. He's like,
Oh, Lucian doesn't trust it for one bit. He knows that you can't break that bond.
you know why though? You know why I think that? Because he's seen his mama with Baron. And she's
Ba-
like, oh yeah, I love you. And that's great. And she's probably like, Helion, save me.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, that's a solid point. I mean, that is a solid point. But
Yep.
he doesn't trust it for 1 minute.
Yeah.
And he tells her that basically throughout the whole first part of the second book. He's like, or the third book, he's like, I don't trust this. You're up to something.
Yeah.
I don't trust this. You're up to something. So Feyre, the book ends with Feyre going back. She goes back to Spring Court. But y'all, Feyre is pissed.
Mhm.
And hell hath no fury like a Feyre scorned.
Just a woman scorned. I mean, she's
Well, she's about to go in there and Katie Heron mean girl that bitch from the inside out.
oh yeah, she is.
So just you wait for that fun topic, and we'll talk about that when we get to the next book. But that is how that book ends. And it also ends with Rhys getting back to Night Court.
Mm-hmm.
And he's upset. He doesn't want him being separated from Feyre, and he certainly doesn't want her with Tamlin.
He is at his wit's end at this point. Like you can see, it would be like us, like watching someone that we love the most, like our husbands, go off to war, and
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
scared
I
they're
mean,
not
it's
coming
really
back.
got to be what a army wife or a military
Mhm.
wife feels when she has to kiss her spouse goodbye at the airport. Like that can't be
No.
good. He is devastated,
Mhm.
but he also knows her plans.
Yes,
And so he kind of gives her, unlike Tamlin, he gives her space to do what she needs to do.
and he's like, I know she can do this.
And he knows she can do it.
It doesn't mean that he's not worried that something bad could happen, but he knows she can do it.
Right. He knows she can do it. And he knows that the best thing he can do for her at the moment is take care of Elaine and Nesta.
Yeah, because that's what's going to mean the most to her.
Yes. And he knows, like, she just watched her sisters get turned against their will, and now she has to be away from them for who knows how long. I need to step up and make sure they're okay. And that's kind of where it leads you. There's really not much more after the girls get turned and Feyre goes back to Spring Court. It really is a huge setup for everything that happens in the next one. I mean, and I think the thing to take away from the end of this book is absolutely no avoiding it now. They tried to with this book and they couldn't do it. war is now coming. War is coming. They couldn't stop Hybern in the cauldron. He is coming now, and any lesser fae or humans that get in his way are done. I can't imagine having read this in real time if I had read that right when it came out, having to wait for the next one.
Oh yeah, no, that'd been terrible.
That would have been torture. I mean, Silver Flame was bad enough, but at least Silver Flame ended where it wasn't a cliffhanger.
No, this one was a rough one.
This one was a cliffhanger.
This is almost like the second one of this is like the second one of Fourth Wing. It leaves
All of
you.
Fourth Wing books end like
Well,
with
yeah.
that. Because the
Yeah,
first one
no
ended
doubt.
with the big revelation of who was still alive.
The third
and the
one still
second one
leaves you.
ended with the Venom revelation. Like it's
The third one's got a cliffhanger too. Just be ready.
so right. So
You're just waiting.
I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised.
But you had to wait on Onyx Storm to come out. So I mean, I remember finishing the second one, and thank God it was close enough that I could, jump into that third one. It wasn't that long of a wait, but still.
Yeah. I've started Onyx Storm, but I had to take a break because we started breaking these books down again, and I was trying not to get the characters confused.
Mhm.
But I'm going to pick it up again, obviously, because I would love to know what happened. Stick with us, guys, because war is coming, and we've got a lot to talk about when we get there.
Oh, that book. I mean, that's a huge like breakdown that we got to go through.
Yeah, I'm going to start that script this weekend.
Okay, so out of all five, though, do you think this one's the most amazing?
Yes and no. I really like Echo War.
I do too. I think
like Wings in Ruin.
There's so much you learn in that third book.
Yes,
That
there's
puts
so much you
everything
learn.
else into place.
Yeah, well, and it's so much more character depth on the other characters too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and it's hard right now because I'm in the middle of Wings in Ruin. Well,
Yeah.
I'm actually at the end of Wings in Ruin. So it's hard to like separate the two, but I like them both.
I do like them both. I think a lot of good significance came from this book. I mean, there's even good significance that comes from Silver Flames too.
Yes. Yes.
But I do agree with you. I think the third is my favorite.
Yeah. I really like that one. And I mean, I really like Silver Flame too.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I liked about Silver Flame was like the parallel stories, the love story and the Valkyrie story.
It changed that kind of like first person, third person writing.
Yeah. How do you feel about the sisters being made?
Do I think it's shitty? 100%. I mean, it should have been their choice if they wanted to do this.
Well, of course. Obviously, we both agree on that. I mean, if they both wanted it, it'd be one thing. But what about the fact that now they get to be with Feyre? See, and it's kind of hard to be like, oh, yay, now they can be, because it wasn't like they were close to begin with.
No, it wasn't.
And I think that's kind of funny that Ianthe would paint it that way because they weren't a close sisterly family.
Well, that's how stupid she is.
Well, yeah. Well, and she's manipulative. She knew. I mean, I don't know.
I think it bonds them.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma bonds them, basically.
Yeah. I mean, because they all basically get turned. Not necessarily, Feyre didn't get turned against her will. She was already dead.
Yeah.
But none of them chose to be turned.
No. But Feyre's is more of, it was a gift given.
Yeah. I mean, it was either that or death. I don't.
Yeah. It
probably
wasn't like
chose Faye. Like
either you do this or,
Well, and also by the time Feyre was turned, she didn't hate the Fae. Nesta and Elaine still had issues with Fae. They tolerated it because of Feyre, but they weren't
ready to go jump into a cauldron. So I think it trauma bonds them, but it takes, I mean, they have to process a ton.
Oh, for sure.
And not until the third book do you really, not even till the fifth book, do you really see part of what's gone on.
Basically, for the rest of the series, it's a study in how differently they deal with their trauma.
We still don't know about Elaine.
Her opposite.
Hers is like way out there. We don't even know how she's really dealt with this because they haven't really asked.
No,
her.
I mean, Elaine goes catatonic and Nesta becomes a bitch. Well, she's already a bitch because she is super bitch.
She's free love. Very
free love.
And loves the bar.
To our knowledge, never has to see a healer for the clap. So I mean, that's a good thing. So what was your favorite moment in the second half of the book? What was your favorite moment in the whole book?
I still have to say the soup part's my favorite part. I love that whole scene.
Yeah, chapter 55 is kind of where you're just trying to get to.
It is.
But it's also, I liked it because Rhys tells her the whole story.
Yes. I love the cereal, though. I do have to say that. And
Yeah.
even though she's pissed at him, like that whole thing of like, here, just drink this, eat that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking you home and I'm not talking to you. She basically gives him the silent treatment.
Because I mean, how many times in a relationship have things necessarily not happened the way you wanted it to, even though it's a good thing, but it throws you off kilter and you're pissy about it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ed and I are both the worst. Like if our plans get put out, yeah, we're not great about handling it well. And we know Gunnar isn't. So it's something we're all working on as a family and learning to adapt to change better.
Yes.
It's a long, long process, even for the best of us.
What would you say to Feyre's plan to destroy the Spring Court? Does Tamlin deserve it?
Yes and no. And
Yeah.
I feel like we should get into that next book
Okay.
because I want to go into the details of what she does
Yeah,
because it's so Mean Girls.
it is.
And it goes to show just how much scarier I think a woman can be than a man.
Is she justified for feeling the way she is at Tamlin? Like, even though he was surprised, I'm still mad at him.
Well, yeah. I mean, if not for the sisters, but just for how overhanded he's being. You don't feel that way. He's making you feel that way. No,
Yeah.
asshole, I'm telling you, I'm in love with him and he's my mate. No, he's not. Like, no, the gaslighting, the
Yeah.
just the pure narcissism.
Hmm.
There is nothing more unattractive to me on a man than an ego, especially an unearned ego.
Hmm. It,
And I feel like Tamlin's a lot of unearned ego.
yes.
Like, oh, you know who Tamlin was? He was that dude in Can't Hardly Wait, the quarterback who dumps the Jennifer Love Hewitt character at the beginning of the movie.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then, like, at the end, when you find out where everybody is at, he's like running a car wash or work, not even running it, he's like working at a car wash and like
Yeah.
all these things. That's Tamlin. Tamlin's heyday was high school football when he could really be a beast on the field and he could play fiddle in the band and he was a happy camper. He ain't that guy anymore.
He's let his
And
ego take over.
and he feels so bad about that that he's got to like control other people. I don't know. He makes me very mad.
All right, Brian Babes, we want to hear from you. When did you guys realize that Feyre and Rhys were mates?
What was your favorite moment in the second half of the book?
And are you ready for ACOWAR?
You should be.
And then how do you feel about the sisters being made?
Yeah, how do you guys feel about that? Did that trigger something in you, maybe? A time when you were forced to do something you maybe didn't want to do? You know, let us know what you think. DM us at Pickle Party Pod or drop your answers in our comments. Next time, we're going to talk about the things that I think really have stuck with me from reading these books and the things that make you smile and the little quips and the special bonds that maybe you even can relate to in real life. And that's the friendships between the women in our favorite series. We're going to discuss the friendships we see in the Crescent City series, the ACOTAR series, Fourth Wing, and Lisa Claypass's Wallflowers.
It's going to be a good topic. You guys should jump in and hopefully you relate to them as much as we have.
Yes, I'm really excited to talk to you about this, guys. And while our episode on all the feels was an emotional one for Les, I have a feeling this friendship one's going to be a really hard one for me. So
It's going to be rough on me too. Don't worry. I've got my tissues ready. So just
tune in to listen to us blubber about how much we love each other. Next episode,
it will be. We'll sing a lot for you, okay?
we will. There'll be a lot of kumbayas here. Okay, guys, I can't wait to talk to you again. Looking forward to it.
So until next time, stay brined.
And remember, always be grateful for the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered.
I love it.